Good afternoon, Kenya. This is Kenya News at Last. Karibu sana kwenye show yetu ambayo tuseme itaanza saa 6 but kidogo tumechelewa. I'm your host, House of Zulfa, and let the other person introduce themselves.
Yes. Hi guys. This is Plains and Felix Andrew, and I welcome you to our show. I hope we will enlighten ourselves. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. Zulfa, how was your break?
Let me see. It was just fun. I'm going to say it was fun. A lot of information, but it was fun. Maybe yako.
Nangu imekuwa poa. And in fact, I have no complaint.
Okay. So a lot of things are happening, a lot of things. And I would like for you to introduce the show.
Yes. Thank you. Zulfa, you know, in our country we have been experiencing a lot of political tension. We have been experiencing other forms of maybe challenges that at some point they make people feel unsafe. At some point people are turning hostile to other people. And this is because of the two groups we have in the country, whereby there is a leading group and an opposition group. No, you know. If you can take your time and understand well this political aspect in the country, we have some of the officials in the government when wanafanya every service in a run according to their knowledge, and truly they have affected people and the country in a positive way and at some point in a negative way. And now I want to ask you, my sister, this executive that we have right now, whereby they coordinate every service that is offered to the country, are you satisfied, you as one of the citizens?
Yes, I am. I am satisfied with everything that is the executive does. I think I am satisfied. I can't complain about anything.
What makes you to be satisfied? Ama ni nini yo
everything that they are doing, as you've said, it satisfies me. Now, does it satisfy you?
Okay, I personally I'm feeling the pressure. I'm feeling I'm feeling the pressure itself. I'm feeling the hardness of life. I'm feeling all the aspects that any Kenyan is feeling right now. But here comes my word. Truly, wherever we are right now, it is questionable. It is totally questionable. And I cannot even try to think like our government is at the right side, alafu ndio ikwe at the right side, alafu ndio tena tupate
Yes.
Sorry for the inconvenience. Sorry for the inconvenience. I was trying to say, truly, right now we are experiencing a lot of pressure, external pressure, internal pressure, mostly from our leadership in the country. You said that uko comfortable na the way things are running. Yes. But at the other side, kuna watu wenye wanalia, watu wanasema like this is not the way we were supposed to live, and this is not the way we were promised. Tuanze na executive side of the government. President Ruto amekuwa akiwa supported with many political leaders, just like Sudi, and there is one of the MPs from Kisii, this guy anaitwa nani Osoro Silvanus, and other officials when unajua ebu nitamkie any official mwenye unajua, in fact any political leader mwenye unajua kwa government mwenye kusaidia government.
Wengi sana. Wengi, in fact a lot they are kusaidia government because they feel that everything that is happening is good. It's good for Kenya. Ndo Kenya iende mali nafaa kukua, they feel it is good. So I feel people are satisfied without things that, or they know that some sacrifices should be made so that
watu wanaweza kuwa satisfied at the same time wengine wakilia kwa ma streets vile wanateseka na vile maisha imekuwa ngumu.
Obviously si kila mtu anakubalia. Hakuna point kwaga ati 100% everyone loves you or everyone agrees with you. Some point itakuwa kuna wenye wana feel it is good na kuna wenye feel iko vibaya. I think hivyo ndio iko everywhere you'll find that there are people who are for and there are people who are against something. So yes.
Yesterday wakati nilikuwa nimepumzika mahali, I could watch some of the government officials wakijaribu kuzungumzia watu wenye wanapinga serikali, mostly one of them being Oscar Sudi. Alikuwa anajaribu ku criticize some of the opposition leaders like watu wanafaa waokoke cha ukweli. Unaona? Watu wanafaa wafanye vitu zenye zinakaa transparent, waache kudanganya watu, waache kujificha ndani ya kanisa ni hali wao wenyewe ni wenye dhambi kama watu wengine. Nikaona Kalonzo Musyoka akiwa na some of his troops wake huko Mombasa. Wakati walikuwa wanataka kufungua wakati walikuwa wanataka kufungua office, wakati walikuwa wanafungua offices za Wiper, they could talk about the government na vile maybe may fail, na waru walikuwa wanajaribu kuconfirm vile wana support huyo Kalonzo. And even in fact I had someone say if possible wahubiri wajaribu kuombea nchi ifanye nini, wahubiri wajaribu kuombea nchi if possible watu waache kuuliwa na mishahara ya watu yaache kuuliwa. In fact these two groups, the government and opposition, truly kuna a very strong tension there yenye inafanya.
What is the opposition? There is no opposition in Kenya right now. Which one?
Iko
Gani?
Anybody mwenye unajua opposition ni anybody mwenye.
Opposition lazima ikuwe kwa government na hakuna opposition kwa government.
Lakini you know what?
The people who are saying they are opposing the government are the Gen Zs, and Gen Zs are not in the government. Opposition lazima ikuwe under the government ama in the government.
No.
Wakati tulikuwa tunaga Raila yupo kwenye opposition, Raila alikuwa yupo kwenye opposition, but right now after maandamano ya Gen Z last year, they joined, and the people from Azimio got seats and got positions in the government, and that's when the opposition ikaishia pale. So when you say kuna opposition in Kenya, I don't know what opposition you're talking about.
Iko unless maybe uniambie Gachagua kako kwa
but ako kwa government.
Gachagua? Uko sure?
Ako kwa government.
Yuko. Gachagua yuko kwa government. Zulfa, unaona kwa our topic today tuko na group mbili hapa. Sawa? Hii ni group ya kina Oscar Sudi ambao ni government na President Ruto na kina nani anaitwa nani? All those officials wenye wako kwa government sahi na kina nani kina anaitwa nani? Kalonzo Musyoka, akina Martha Karua and other people wenye wanajaribu ku criticize the government. Let me tell you, opposition ni any group of people wenye hawaendi pamoja na terms za government, wanajaribu ku criticize the government either na mostly negatively.
How is it helping? How is them opposing the government helping hearts as Kenyan people? How has it helped so far?
Opposition.
So sababu unasema they are the official opposition. How has it helped so far? Because they have been there speaking, they have been there criticizing the government, but I don't see how it is helping us as the Kenyan people.
Remember that we never knew that some of the issues that could take place in the country.
Yes, you know the issues, but knowing.
I'm saying we never knew some of the programs and issues that could maybe take place in the country inside the government, until when Mr. Gachagua came to disclose some of them. Did you know that Gachagua was to be bribed to be given almost the 2 billion for him to resign?
Bribed. Yes, he was to be bribed. He announced that $2 billion Kenyan shillings.
Ungejua.
But now knowing, how does it help you knowing that he was to be bribed when unapata ya kwamba kuna watoto?
By saying
it
that,
doesn't help though.
Nisikize, by saying that, he is trying to give you the real picture of the government that you have right now. Zulfa, this is what I mean. By trying to disclose that secret, we were not aware and we never knew that thing ever happened. Unaelewa? But wakati alikuja hapa nje.
Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Wakati people were abducted, and a lot of people were being abducted, Mr. Gachagua stood up and he said that he knew who were abducting people. How did that help us? People were still abducted, and people were still abducted for weeks. How does it help knowing when you can't do anything about it? How does it really help? Yes, you know, but utafanya nini? Uko kwa gava. That's why you say opposition inafaa kwa gava. When it is in the government, it can help us when it is there. But as long as someone is speaking out here, they're not helping anyone when they're out there. Like ni mkawa mtu kusema ya kwamba na yule bwanake anamchapa ama yule bibi yake anamchapa ama wanafanya nini ama bibi yake anamcheza, but uko outside, how will you help? Kujua inasaidia aje? Yes, we know that he was bribed. He was to be bribed 2 billion Kenya shillings. Yes, we know that the government is, we all know, like the entire of Kenya knows, but how is it actually helping the Kenyan people? Knowing, yes, we know, kila mtu anajua that life iko hard, kila mtu anajua that if you criticize the government uta get abducted and bodies are being found right, left and center. We knew the brothers, wale co-workers pale Mlolongo, they were abducted. Yes, we know they came tortured, sababu their brothers and sisters found them tortured, wengine mpaka sasa hawajapata wenzao. Yes, we know. Yes, we are criticizing the government from outside here. Like, it's like uniambie umelela kwa nyumba na unasikia kuna ng'ombe imeingia kwa shamba, and then uko hapo ukisema unajua ng'ombe kwa shamba inakula mahindi, and then you're like, Rudi ndani, ukiwa ndani ya nyumba, how is it helping us? We know, but how is it helping the common mwananchi, just knowing when you have no power to change anything? How is it helping us?
Thank you so much. I'm very happy with your question, and let me try to answer you in a good way for you to just understand. Zulfa, passing information and being aware of something going on is one of the best things somebody should ever appreciate. Ni afadhali ujue kwamba there is something which is going on kuliko wakati haujui kabisa. Let me tell you,
have you read?
Alifanya kidogo tafadhali. Hata kama alifanya kutuambia na chochote akijafanyika, sawa? Usidhani eti chochote akijafanyika. Hapana. Watu wamekuwa aware. And it is easy for people at least to know what to do when it comes during that ballot day. Saa hii huwezi kuwa na nguvu za kupigana na mtu. Saa hii huwezi kuwa na nguvu za kwenda kuchapa mtu umwambie sasa toka kwa ofisi sijui nini. Kwa sababu the government is the government. Na hakuna mahali tumekuwa advised if possible it sasa to violate even the current situation, ama tufanye chochote kibaya tujaribu kuforce issues to an extent hadi kila kitu ifanyike kulingana na matarajio yetu. Let me tell you the truth, it will never be the same. It will never happen. Wanna get? So kwa huyu mwenye anajaribu kutufahamisha yenye anafanyika kwa government, si kwamba maybe anafaa kupigana hadi hiyo kitu maybe sifanyike tena. Anaweza pigana ama anaweza ongea lakini sifanyike. Kwa nini? Hatuna nguvu ya kubishana na serikali. The best thing he is trying to do.
What is the role of opposition in the government?
Ni kurekebisha na kukumbusha mahali serikali inaenda mrama.
How does the opposition, and I'm going to go and research, like, how does it help? What is the role of opposition in a government?
The role of opposition is to criticize the government and try to correct the government where possible. You know, opposition wanafaa kukumbusha government bana, hizi vitu zenye mmekea wananchi mnawaumiza. Hizi vitu zenye mmekea sijui ni SHA zimekataa kufanya. Wananchi wanakufa kwa sababu hakuna matibabu na SHA imekataa. So opposition should in fact inafaa ku criticize the government positively and negatively, kuirekebisha. Also to inform the civil and the public that we are heading to the right direction or the wrong direction. Unajua the moment the opposition wanaanza kupinga kitu yenye government inafanya, obvious the civilians and the public ina get enlightened with a certain information yenye naifanya wa make clear and good judgment over something which is prevailing. Sasa kwa mfano, let me give you a good example. Ni hiyo ya SHA. SHA ni programu yenye ililetwa yenye kila mtu alikuwa amewekea imani aje ni kitu yenye inaenda kusaidia watu. But imefika mahali we don't know what is really happening. So opposition inasaidia watu, yani inasaidia nchi ku sound up to the government, kuikumbusha like you are trying to forget your responsibilities. You promise people this, but you are not even trying to convey. Mume fail. Unaona? So the kind of work Mr. Gachagua is doing, akina Eugene Wamalwa, akina Kalonzo Musyoka, wenye wako to the other side, wenye wako kwa government nani, they are trying mostly to remind the government that you are taking some of the directions zenye haziko mzuri. So the function or the work of opposition, vile uliniuliza, is to criticize the government.
And where does the opposition criticize the government?
Yes?
Where does the opposition criticize the government?
When it comes to the functioning of the government. Wherever the government goes astray, the opposition should shout.
So I'm going to tell you. So what is the role of opposition? Some unsourced material may be challenged and removed. The opposition main role is to question the government of the day and hold them accountable to the public. This also helps to fix the mistakes of the ruling party. The opposition is equally responsible in upholding the best interests of the people of the country. Then I'm going to ask you again, how do we really have an opposition in Kenya right now? Do we? Because mekisha kusomea inafanya aje?
Zulfa,
like,
opposition iko.
Acha nizi opposition ziko kwa gava. Opposition lazima iko kwa gava, my dear. Lazima wakue hapo. Like I don't see if you get. Hapo achana hii ya kutuambia na kusema these people are doing and these people are doing. Because how is it helping us? How is it helping us? I remember suskie. Like I remember wakati wa unga ilikuwa iko vibaya, unga ilikuwa sijui to wait it to something, and Kenyans were like no, and then the opposition were like they were criticizing the government and what you're saying, so, and that actually did help. Because since unasema opposition yatusaidia aje sahi, like right now I want to ask, if it is there, how is it helping us? That is what I want to know. If it is there, inasaidia aje wakati mwananchi anasema hakuna makazi, watu wetu wanachukuliwa, wanaenda wanauliwa, it is a dangerous place, hakuna whatever. How is it the opposition that you're saying that is there, how is it helping us? What have they done for us?
Let me ask you. Okay, you have question B. I'll ask you after nimeku answer, okay? Zulfa, truly, opposition kitu ya kwanza iko ni ile iko weak. Ni ile tulikuwa tumezoea nani? Raila, unajua Raila. In fact, when somebody is strong in a certain section, amekosa, you can feel the weakness. Watu ni vile walikuwa wamezoea akina Raila. Si hata akina Raila as a person. Watu walikuwa wamemzoea. Akiongea hii, watu wenyewe wanaridhika, huyu mzee amefanya nini? Truly ameongea. Right now he is busy elsewhere, anafanya vitu zake. Amejipa shughuli. Right now opposition kitu ya kwanza iko, only that iko very weak. Kwa sababu the prominent person wenye watu walikuwa wamezoea hayupo. Haya, another thing, the current leaders wenye wana oppose government, they are trying to play their part. Yesterday nilimsikiza bwana Kalonzo alijaribu kusema vile government imejaribu kufail at some point. By that alikuwa so frank, akaonyesha, akajaribu kufanya watu kuelewa some of the things the government should have maybe done, na hatungekuwa na tension zenye zinakuwa kama hizi. Hadi alijaribu criticize the government by questioning why you people arresting people who are totally innocent. Uko juu Mandela. People from Mandela walikuwa arrested wakijaribu shout that Ruto must go. Hadi Kalonzo akasema they never meant that you are supposed to get out of that office right now. So wali get arrested. Akauliza, why are you trying to arrest those people, and they were just speaking their minds?
Because hakuna democracy. Wakati opposition iko inajulikana kabisa kuna opposition kwa nchi. That means our constitution inasema that
opposition ni imekosa, na kina Kalonzo wako wakijaribu kuoppose vitu zenye zinafanyika kwa nchi. Wanasaidia aje? Sasa let me ask you. Unataka afanye nini? Unataka afanye nini? Ni unataka enda ashike wale watu mashati awachape viboko ama nini? Which is not possible, my sister. Unajua wakati a leader ako mahali
when there's opposition there's democracy.
Ndo hiyo some of the leaders, nimekupea mfano kama Kalonzo yesterday wakati alikuwa Kilifi, he was trying to say that some of the things happening are not totally according to the law, are not happening according to the law. Akajaribu kuenlighten watu kuhusu situation yenye happen Mandera. Akauliza, why you arresting people and they have got a right maybe to shout. Angekuwa si opposition, kwani si angeongea ama angeunga hiyo kitu mkono? What is the meaning of opposition? Opposition is this when you are against of what you are against of, when you are against to something which is happening currently. So you cannot just tell me eti umefanya nini wewe is opposition, and yet you know very well that there is some people outside there who are opposing some of the issues, some of the services issued by the government.
For how long are they going to oppose and nothing happen and no change is coming? Don't you think it's time they try to do something different than just speak and oppose? Because I think action is better.
Let me tell you, action is better when everything is done in teamwork way. You know, Kalonzo peke yake hawezi, Gachagua peke yake hawezi, and all other leaders from different positions in the government, maybe hata in the is not in the government, in the country, hata wakijaribu kuoppose minus teamwork, it will never happen. Right now people, they have got what they have got political interests. Zulfa, when we say when we talk about the political roundtable, it means that there's an organization of people somewhere who are trying to make good arrangements over programs zenye zinafaa kukua issued kwa watu na uongozi. Yani they are trying to do what? To amend, in fact to come up with programs that will run the country. And at the same time kuna other group yenye ishatengeneza the same meeting, just like the way they did ile time yenye walikutana ku launch chama cha nani cha Eugene Wamalwa, waka come up na some of the conclusions vile wanafaa kuungana if possible watoe the government. Saa hii I wish ungeniuliza aje ni nini akina Kalonzo, Gachagua, Eugene Wamalwa, Martha Karua and other leaders wame come up nayo kutoka kwa hiyo organization yao against the government. Ndio maybe nikujibu nikuambie labda tuwatafute tuwaulize. Let me tell you the truth. When you can, okay, if you can see when you can see government officials, example ni nani? Faruk alikuwa jana somewhere. He was trying to make people understand what the government is trying to do, what the government has done, and the plans of the government, and all the services which are yet to be delivered. Amekuja kuwakilisha nini serikali hapo hivyo. Una understand? But the fact is, bad opposition wanaendelea kuimagine until when you people are you going to do what? To promise us maybe you are going to deliver those things, you are going to do 1, 2, 3 blah blah blah, and yet we are not seeing it. Yesterday ODM leaders were, I think, Western, where they had a meeting. They were trying to discuss on how they are supposed to work as a team. Let me tell you, Zulfa, right now opposition is there. But the fact is, opposition right now is not as strong as the way it was. In fact, opposition was very strong in the year 2000 and what? 13 to 2022. Opposition was slightly stronger as compared to right now. Right now, wako lakini wengine wamezama ndani ya government. Na ukiniambia like opposition wakikuwa kwa government ndio wanaweza criticize government vizuri, hiyo mimi siwezi kubaliana na wewe. Kwa sababu the moment watakuwa kwa government, that will be the time where they will be fed with money and other things. Maybe they can be enticed with, wasahau kitu yenye walikuwa wanafaa kufanya kwa kazi yao. So akina Kalonzo wako ana kama maybe pia yeye tumepata mambo yenye tumepata information zenye zinakafanya hatujui kama ni ukweli. So wako, yes, wako.
Na umesema wametusaidia aje?
Wamefanya muelewe. They are still working on, not working, they are still insisting you people to understand your rights, so that ikifika ile time ya kupiga kura msipate tena nini.
So are you for the government or are you against the government?
Niko hapo katikati. Sawa?
Hawezi kwa lukewarm, lazima either ukue hot ama cold. Lukewarm ni a cowards. Either you're hot or cold. Are you hot for the government or cold for the government?
Personally, kitu ya kwanza, I'm not at the government side because some of the programs which are run in the country are not yet at the point of satisfactory. They are, you know, when you are just coming up with programs which people are not satisfied with, in fact, and many people coming up complaining that blah 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 blah, maybe in a weird whereby maybe you need to question yourself what you need to do for these people to stop saying what they are trying to say. You know, nakumbuka at the government side, some of the pictures which were sent on social media, were showing civilians being ferried by buses and trucks to go and maybe cheer somewhere. And you heard from the opposition side, someone said that stop doing that because those are just, you are just wasting resources.
They are providing employment.
Yes?
They are providing employment.
Which kind of employment is that?
Because that one day umeenda, umepewa 500 yako, umenunua unga, umerudi kwa nyumba.
Hey.
Let me tell you something, Felix. Sisi kwako inaweza kaa is like these people are betraying us. Yes, these people are betraying us because wamechukuliwa, they are being ferried, they are being given money by the government. But let me tell you, life is hard out here. There's a father mwenye ana kazi, kuna watoto pale nyumbani wanamwangalia chakula. Na akuja ambependa kwa hii lori, uende ukachie tu. Nikupe 1,000. He won't think about what he is betraying. And I think they have made us so desperate that utachukua tu because you need to feed your children. Hapo ndo ego, and I think patriotism inaishia hapo. Because you're a father or you're a mother and you need to provide for these children. Uambiwe tu Felix, jiput in those shoes. Twende hivi Kirinyaga, ukapige nduru na ndakupea dhao. Unakumbuka last week yote umekujanga nyumbani hauna chochote. Umekopa kwa duka saizi ukipita kila mtu, like it's really bad. What will you do? What will you do, Felix? And you have 4 children who are looking at you. What will you do?
Zulfa, so that is employment.
Me, I'll call it employment, because at least for that day umeenda jada umerudi na uko na janta.
Is it good?
It is not good. I'm not saying it is, but sometimes, let me ask you something. Sawa, there's this book that has been written by some, I forget that name, but I know that it inaitwa kitabu. This person was a sea captain, sawa, and he has what is good and what is bad, Felix. I'm gonna ask you a question. Sawa, is killing good?
Yes.
Is killing good?
Is
any type of killing good?
I never supported that.
So is it yes or no?
It is not.
Okay, then I'm gonna ask you a question.
Yes.
So you're here with your daughter, and someone tries to come and harm your daughter, and you kill that person. Is it good or is it bad?
When I kill somebody who tries to harm my daughter.
Yeah, is it good or is ushaniambia killing is bad? So any type of killing is bad. So what have you done? At the end of the day, you've killed someone. Was it good or was it bad?
No. Killing still is not good.
Sindio?
Yes.
But what were you doing in the real sense? You are protecting your daughter. So that is something honorable. But at the end of the day, you've killed. Sawa? At the end of the day, you've killed someone. So what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say, yes, wale watu ambao walibebwa wakaget ferried, wakapelekwa whatever, walipelekwa wapi huko mahali walipelekwa, I don't know it's Nyeri or where. Sawa? And they were going, wakaambiwa waende wapige nduru. Sawa? And when you see those people, waenda kachukua tu kwenye maofisi ya safari kama maofisi za pesa, wamechukuliwa watu kwa streets, people who are desperate, people who are trying to provide for their families, because mahali tumewekwa sahi, tumewekwa in a desperate. And let me tell you, there's nothing so bad as when you're desperate. You will do shit that you're not proud of. Na huyu mwanaume akuja kwa street, ametoka nje, ametafuta mjengo, hakuna mjengo, ametafuta kazi, na anajua kwa ile nyumba watoto hawajakula chochote, wameenda shule hata wana food. For 2 days amekuwa kirudi nyumbani bila kitu. Naambiwe, Kamau, kuja twende hivi, uende tu uchie, utarudi nyumbani 1,000. What will you do, Felix? Hata ucheke kwa hiyo kiatu huyo nini? Huo mwanamke ama huo mbaba. What will you do?
You have no option, you have to.
Because we are desperate now.
Yes.
There are no jobs.
Yes.
There are no whatever. So I can't even blame these people that they are going to those things like weenda tu baba upewe hiyo 1,000. So then one day makopala anasema kwamba tumerudi, habari zenu. Mzuri sana. Unapotea unapope.
Mzuri sana. Welcome back. Zulfa. There is something that people do forget. You know? And I'll never stop reminding people that whatever you are undergoing, it is because you have not decided to stand up and say something, that you have not raised your voice. That is what I mean. You understand? You have not stood up and you have not raised your voice. When somebody from somewhere will raise his voice or her voice, and someone from elsewhere will stand up and raise his or her voice, be sure with me, there is a good aspect of teamwork which is going to take place, and every changes that you may need will take place. Can I ask you, when the agencies decided to go against the financial bill, did it go through? It didn't, yes?
But we lost many lives.
Imagine. Now that is the most paining part.
Hey. People are still losing
Thank you
lives.
so much. We want them.
People are still losing lives.
Yes.
We lost a lot of lives because of standing up and speaking. And I remember even the last show last week, Gypsy alisema kwamba now the Gen Zs have hidden themselves. Sawa? They don't want to come out peke yako because unaenda, at the end of the day unaenda. And torture, kama mnaget tortured watu 10 in one room, it is torture. Yes? Si bado tungo tu na msumari. Hata kama mko watu 5 in this room. Tukichukulia mimi na Felix, mimi na wewe tuende tuka get tortured, you will be tortured personally and I'll be tortured personally even if we're in the same room. Sindio? So people are still afraid of all that. And it gets at some point you look at things, you're like, people stood up, yes, it didn't go through, but wamerudisha actually. I remember there's a time that we were watching them and they were returning that thing back again. They were saying they are not paid. I remember this one woman from somewhere, she was like, naitwa birthday, na sasa pesa kupenda birthday tuongezewe mshahara. So they are bringing it somehow with ujanja. They are still, and people have died. People died for that thing. People broke their legs and people went through traumatic stuff because of that. And sasa ni kama hata hawajasikia chochote, they are returning it. So tell me, how is it helping actually? How is it helping when those lives that died is like, sasa kama watairudisha na ikuje kubalike, they did nothing.
You know, at some point I feel like there is some weakness which are prevailing in the country that we really need to pray for. Anyway, I don't know. But what do you think people can make decisions that favors their interests? Yeah? What do you think people can even sit down somewhere?
Because people are selfish. It's just as easy. You know, the human nature. Even you yourself, everything you do everything that favors you. You don't do anything that favors another person. Like, ukiniuliza, ati ulikuwa na homa? Nini ilifanya ushikwe na homa? Nilitembea. You will wear a sweater. Why? Because for you. Everything you do for you. You do for yourself. So saying that these people do wanakaa pale, they want money. And they have platforms where they can come and speak their gibberish na ongezewe pesa. And or push vitu ambazo zinawa benefit wao wenyewe. Because people are selfish and that is a human nature. That is not even a question to ask. People are selfish. People only care about themselves. It's just as easy as that.
Anyway, you know, it really hurts when you find somebody somewhere is seated with the president, is seated with a position leader, but the person cannot remind the president that there is someone somewhere who is sleeping without taking anything, which is very, very, very funny. Somebody somewhere is sleeping without taking anything.
I'm going to ask you something.
And someone in somewhere is busy, maybe planning for violence because no employment. Someone is seated near the president but cannot remind the president that
someone is wearing a shirt of 250,000 shillings. I'm going to ask you something. The MP or the MCA of Akisi, whatever that is, it's Borabu or where that woman was beaten. What did they do for that woman? Other people had to come from different places. What did they do for that woman?
The women representative of Kisii County took that matters as a personal.
Oh, she bought clothes. She bought clothes for that person and she bought shopping. That is good. But ukinibei chakula itaisha tu at the end of the day. Kazi ni better. MCA alifanya nini kwa hiyo mtaa?
By the way, let me tell you the truth.
Chief
Huko pia walichoma. Well wishers ndio walikuja kubadilisha life ya
from outside.
Yes.
Why is that? Na yeye MP utampata kwa bunge akisema ongezee mshahara.
And in fact this year hata official mwenye kwa government hata kama walitoka nje.
Yaani
some individuals people wenye wako tu individuals tu wenye hata wako kwa government ama anything else. But sasa unajua kitu kingine ni leaders wanafika wanasahau like huyo mwanamke maybe aliingisha mmoja wao kwa hiyo government. Kama kwa hicho kiti chenye maybe alikuwa anafanya nini. Lakini walichoma hapo, mimi nakubaliana nawe. Walichoma sababu nani Zulfa kwenda kununua unga, mafuta na shopping kumpelekea my friend.
What is that?
Ungemsaidia ajue vile anaweza kufanya hivyo.
Hata umpe kazi ya kufagia huko kwa county. Because hii chakula itaisha. So next time bado anaenda kuchapwa. That's what someone like Eric Omondi anaenda kumtengenezea supermarket. Mini shop pale. Why? To know how to fish, so ikosa unga forever and ever. And unapata huyo MP amesimama pale kwenye bunge akisema ya kwamba nisaidiwe niongezee mshahara. Niongezeni mshahara. Because watu wangu mimi natoanga pesa yangu kwa mfuko na wafanyia. Pesa ko. Let me tell you, people are selfish, and that is what you should know. People are really, 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 really selfish.
A whole leader making some funny decisions which are very, 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 very wanting. There is a message yenye fan ametuma hapa. Yesterday, by the way, Rigathi Gachagua addressed people, and many complaints were, why was he using vernacular? And yet they were saying that he was addressing the nation. Is the nation Mount Kenya? Is Mount Kenya region the nation? Now that is the question. Guys, let me ask you. Is Mount Kenya now the nation? Because they were saying Gachagua was addressing the nation.
In fact, some producers like your staff. Like, if you... Hey, Mira is you, man. I don't even know what to answer you when it comes to that. But I have, like... I on that, Sawa, I have, like, this cousin of mine, Sawa, and she told me, she was like... In fact, even there's even a whole meme about how the people from that area, they will come and speak to you in their language and act surprised when you don't understand that language. So, and she's like, I don't even talk, I know that language, but I don't even talk to them in that language.
Let me ask you. Mimi ni swali lenye nimetumiwa hapa. Thanks for texting. And please, if possible, you can continue texting. If you cannot, maybe write your comment. Anasema hapa mwingine, Ford Kenya Party leader and Speaker of National Assembly relocated 14 Azimio MPs to Kenya Kwanza without evidence of post-elections agreement. Azimio now is legitimately the majority in parliament. So who won 2022 general elections? Oi. Zulfa, let me repeat reading this statement. Ford Kenya Party leader and Speaker of National Assembly relocated 14 Azimio MPs to Kenya Kwanza without evidence of post-elections agreement. Azimio now is legitimately the majority in parliament. Okay? So the question is, So who won 2022 general elections? Akia nani atuambie? Gachagua atuambie. Mwenye aliwin 2022 general elections. Kama Azimio ndio wako wengi.
So they wanna speculate that it was Raila.
Yeah, something like that.
Why does he always accept the nini?
Why?
But someone told me that Mr. Raila Odinga loves to be of the opposition. He doesn't vie to win, he just vies, but he wants to be the opposition. But right now ako kwenye AUC, so
Anyway, before you continue, let me read certain information here. Just because the interview was for Mount Kenya, thanks for those who watched the whole interview without any translator. That is pure love. At least now, huyu amesafisha hiyo. Kidogo niulize kwani Mount Kenya ndio nation.
anasema nini?
Amesema the interview was for Mount Kenya. Thanks for those who watched the whole interview without any translator. That is pure love. Mwingine anasema just because he was heckled in Isiolo, 43 young boys have been arrested randomly and they have been branded muggers and beddlers. Mr. President, you are forcing Kenyans to worship you. Hii serikali Malema Okay. Former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua to unveil his political party in May 2025 in Nairobi. Gachagua says the Mount Kenya region people have agreed to distance themselves from supporting William Ruto and they decided to dissociate and leave the UDA party. Rigathi Gachagua, I'm not a fool. I have been with Ruto long enough to know he shall even make a party for Mount Kenya, Komerera, and Kunda Ngutume, then send them to unite with me. He can make new wheelbarrows and paint them with colors of choice, but we shall stamp them with William Ruto stamp. He claimed I was the problem. What has achieved since the day he left? I know even e-citizen cartels, but I'm yet to talk. Mbona siwaongea?
One day wanasema tell them to let Gachagua be. How many people can handle what Ruto did to him? Ningeishi pub labda.
We usiishi huko, utaenda kuumiza maini.
So that one wasn't for Kenya. It was for Mount Kenya people alone.
It was for Mount Kenya region. Another message here. Mount Kenya declares, and this is Mount Kenya declarations, that we have no business to do with William Ruto going forward. The UDA is persona non grata. Anaandika funny.
Angrat.
Yeah? That UDA is persona non grata in the mountain. No one will be voted under UDA. Yes, basi wameamua kweli. The Mount Kenya region will have its party going forward. So the party hiyo yenye inaweza kuwa ya Martha Karua Gachagua, si ndio? The party will have more than 100 MPs, more than 17 senators, governors and governors. Sawa? Mount Kenya region residents will never elect leaders who can sell their people because of few coins and handouts. In fact, I support that also. Mimi nina support. I'm supporting that. The leaders who are working with William Ruto are the enemies of the people. They are part of the larger scheme to disintegrate the mountain. Leaders who are working with William Ruto are the enemies of the people. They are part of the larger scheme to disintegrate the mountain. Alafu anasema that going forward, we shall find credible allies who shall work with mountain people. We are talking with the Kamba people. We are talking with the Maasai. We are talking with Kisii and the Luhya nation. Kisii imeanza kutamkwa. Umeona hivyo? Anyway, imekuwa ikitamkwa. Wakisii mko na shida. Wakisii mko na shida, Zulfa. Nyinyi kama Wakisii mko na shida. Anyway. Sasa ndio mmeanza kutamkwa kwa sababu maybe mmeanza kuonekana. Sasa onekaneni zaidi hapo.
Tumefikiwa.
Okay. Honorable Excellency Rigathi Gachagua has apologized for leading the people to William Ruto without any formal agreement. Zulfa, you know nini?
Yes.
You know nini?
What?
Rigathi Gachagua has apologized for leading the people to William Ruto without any formal agreement. That going forward, a credible document will be prepared and agreements cemented. The party is ready with a very strong foundation. The party number plate will not be availed today. The party will be launched on May 2025. From there will be activities of launching party offices across the country, as well as removing the Mount Kenya supporters from the UDA party. So the aim of that party is just to fight that UDA. The party will incorporate the Gen Z who will be leading the IT department across the country. SK your point. The party will be not will be. The party will incorporate the Gen Z who will be leading the IT departments across the country, so that ndio waanze kupiga hesabu, ndio mambo ya kuhakiwa nini wa prevent hizo vitu, si ndio? The party will be launched in Nairobi. This is the opposition part, and truly they are so determined to fight the government. And this is my question: you have been in the government, and you are now the opposite. You are in a opposition. You are in the opposite of the government. Je, uniungwanaro?
Are you waiting for me to answer something? Kama ni ungwana ni ungwana kukua kwa opposition. Felix. What is what when you say what is jeu ni ungwana? What do you mean?
Sorry?
What do you mean
When I say
jeu ni ungwana ama ungwana?
That is a slogan from our famous journalist Mbotela. Ni Mbotela ama? In fact, he died some days back. Condolences to the family, yes? Anyway, guys, I really appreciate you guys for joining us. My name is Plains and Felix. Vile mmesikia sister yangu mrembo ameniita hapa Felix. Ajaniita jina jingine ni Felix. We are going for a short break. Alafu ndio tukutane for another program which we are going also to at least to discuss some of the now real life situation issues, you know, real life situation issues. Kisha baadaye ndio tukutane kwa hiyo program ya mwisho. Thank you so much, Zulfa. Back to you.
Thank you for joining us. We appreciate you. My name is House of Zulfa. Karibu sana kwenye show nyingine ambayo tutakuwa show from saa 10 to saa 12. That is Kenya News Alert Updates. Thank you.